150 years ago, in the time of horses and buggies and pioneer farmers, women had it pretty rough. They were expected to do all the cooking and cleaning. It's not like the men would make their own sandwiches. And the whole time, they had to wrangle as many children as their uterus could possibly pump out. Sometimes as many as 8. That's a lot of dirty diapers. But not only did these pioneering women work themselves to the bone, they had no respect in the eyes of society or the court. They were expected to be submissive and obedient, and the law gave them no more rights than children or the clinically insane. Because these women, who took care of everyone, ran the house, and still put on a pretty face for the guests, were obviously immature and mentally infirm. I mean, really. Now, you might be asking yourself why this matters now. In Canada, women can own property, get an education, vote, and pursue any career they choose. Sounds like everything's fair and square now, right? Wrong. Sure, on paper, everything is divvied up fairly. Legally, everyone has the same opportunities. So why did Canada fail to make it into the top 20 countries for gender equality? We may have equal rights, but we're still a ways away from equal standing. As Canadians, we pride ourselves in equality and human rights, but in a well-respected study by professors at Berkeley and Yale, we were beat out by countries like the Philippines, Nicaragua, Cuba, and South Africa. 135 countries around the world were assessed on the economic participation, education, health, and political empowerment of women. Our worst category, education. The disparity between the educational attainments of men and women in Canada is worse than half the other countries on the index. As for political empowerment, we rank 38th. I haven't even heard of some of the countries that have better representation by women in government. At a continental level, the only region which has with less gender equality than in politics than North America is the Middle East and North Africa. Congratulations! We're doing marginally better than a society which forces women to cover all their hair and be escorted by a man at all times. So where do women stand in the Canadian workforce? Only 75% of women participate in the workforce. Women make 73 cents for every dollar a man makes. Only 36% of decision-making positions are held by women, and there are 3 times as many men in Parliament as women. As for our position in society, women's image in the media is imbalanced and disparaged. And there is still great societal pressure about a woman's role to be a mother above all else. And women are not encouraged to become scientists and professionals and politicians to the same extent as men. There may be fundamental physiological and psychological differences between men and women, but the scope of the lingering gender gap is a clear indication of further problems. It is clear that gender equality is not only a 19th century or third world problem, but still a pertinent Canadian issue today. So boys, get up and make your own sandwiches.